Ladies and gents, welcome back to the JP on Comms YouTube channel for two more pieces of breaking news coming out of Maidstone United here on the 1st of May. It has been about 20 minutes since the news broke. Both announcements really coming from individually the club and Regan Booty. And then, of course, Oliver Ash has put a statement out as well, which we'll get into in the second half of this video, so stay tuned for that. If you haven't already, do subscribe to the channel. Of course, we're entering silly season now, this off-season. Going to see so many people go, so many people sign on to this Maidstone United team ahead of next season in the National League South, so stay tuned for all the action here on the channel. But let's get into things now. Of course, as per the title of the video, Regan Jack Booty has left Maidstone United, or will be at least come the end of his contract this summer. So Regan Booty, of course, a very influential player, very key to Maidstone United's title win last season in the National League South. Very influential in many games this season too. I do believe he's got the top assists for us. I do believe he's one of the top scorers for us as well. I'm pretty sure he's close to 10 goals and 10 assists each. So very impressive numbers in a very underwhelming Maidstone United side this season. And of course, Regan is well known around the National League. Of course, got that England C call up too to play against Wales C, a couple months back now. So, of course, built up very much a very good reputation in this National League. And of course, he will be going to a team which is going to be in the National League, if not higher. He's certainly got that quality about him. I think in a flourishing team, as we saw last season, he's got a lot more time on the ball and he can really influence games like that. So he will be leaving. Couple of things about Regan Booty, as I said, almost 10 goals, 10 assists in this National League season so far. And a lot of people tipping him for a move to Oldham. I'm never really sure where that come from, but I've been saying it for a while just because I've seen it around. Mentioned online, Oldham fans mentioned it. Of course, Regan is someone with a lot of affiliations to the northern part of the country too, so would not surprise me to see him move back up there, despite the relationships he's built down here in the south. But of course, someone who's known for his passing range, his technical ability at times as well. Quite often his set pieces included in that, and saw a stat earlier that he's actually got the most progressive passes in the National League this season, 608 I believe I saw. So obviously, in a team that doesn't really go forward all that much, being Maidstone, of course, getting pinned back very regularly in games this season, playing 608 forward passes in this season, just in the league, it's fantastic numbers. It's stats like that, they're going to earn you a move to a much better club. Like I say, Oldham, they're a team who, of course, come down into the National League, but struggle for great parts of it until, of course, that investment was found, and they're back on the up now. So yeah, no matter where Regan ends up, I'm sure he'll do pretty well. He's a quality player. He's got quality affiliations around the league as well, and around football. He's got a lot of friends in good places, which, as many people know, will earn you good moves. But he's also got the ability to back that up. So of course, I wish him all the best. And there's not too much to say about that. Of course, I feel it's worth including that in a video. I know so many people are big fans of him. So yeah, Regan is gone. Now, on to the second half of this video. And of course, Oliver Ash has made a very key statement about the season and about building for next year as well. And a couple of smaller announcements from him have been made in this statement. So this statement reads, this is a friendly end of the season shout to all Stone supporters, especially those who have been travelling far and wide to away games all season without much joy at the end of the trip. You deserve a huge round of applause and a few apologies for our sorry results through most of this season. As has already been said, a combination of poor judgment in our recruitment of players last summer and a dreadful sequence of serious injuries to keep key players at key moments out of the side took a terrible toll on us. In financial terms, 1/3 of our playing budget was out of action at any given time. That is the first part. Under those circumstances, it is under no surprise that we struggled throughout this bitterly disappointing season. But now we have to turn this page, look forward again and think positively. We are desperate to bounce back strongly. This closed season is already allowing George and his very hard-working staff to rebuild and put together a strong squad capable of challenging for the top places in the National League South. The target is to once again give our fans something to smile about, play entertaining football and win games to reach the National League again as soon as possible. And we'll do a lot better this time round than we did next time round than we did this time round. So that is the first part of the section that I'm going to read out. We're going to look at, of course, I think a pretty sincere apology made there. I think that we can take that for what it is. A statement to try and alleviate a little bit of pressure. Going into the off season, a lot of fans are going to be down. As Maidstone are, but. I think that's a pretty decent statement. Obviously, he's made a very key point there about, 1/3 of our playing budget was out pretty much all season. That's a lot of players. We've lost a lot of big players this season. Of course, that's going to be a key contributor, but as well, taking on some of that responsibility and accountability there with the poor recruitment and in judgment of players last season. So, it's good to see that. It's good to see a bit of responsibility being taken, a bit of accountability for the mistakes that have been made. Obviously, you've got to understand the injury side of things, but you can't put it all on that. We could have done a lot better at crucial times this season. So props to Ash for that, to be fair. And of course, he mentions building for next season already, which is good. We're going to get onto the next part of this statement now, but this is really a bit of an eye-opener. It says the next few weeks we'll see the 2023/24 playing squad take shape, with announcements starting in the next few days. So that's really huge that we're going to be getting. I think the big mistake we made last season was a lot of the players didn't really come in till like the end of pre-season. James Alabi, Jack Cawley. I think Sol was the only player we really got quite early on. And even then it was not this early. So that's really important for me. These players need a long period of time in the build-up to next season to get working together. I mean, it's going to be pretty much a whole new team. I mean, we've lost already a very, very good portion of players who are going to be taking on pretty big roles throughout this past season. So we're going to need a lot of time to work together, build something for next season. And as I say, it's going to be some player announcements in the next few days. So again, stay tuned. I'll be bringing you videos when those players are announced. It says we will also announce a special early bird season ticket offer. So do keep your eyes peeled for that one. Of course, it's going to be many, many season ticket holders who do watch these videos. And for that, I'm very grateful. But if you want to pick yourself up a little bargain, of course, keep your eye out for that. And then it says, finally, we hope to hold a supporters meeting in early July to coincide with the release of the new first team shirt. So another couple of announcements there. A supporters evening, which of course is good, gives us an opportunity to voice our opinions. I think the one last season was very good. Of course, that really set the standard for the season, that supporters meeting last season. And again, that allowed us to put that accountability onto the ownership when things did not go as promised. So again, I think these things are really beneficial for supporters. I do think that they're done in a way which benefits everybody. I think that the ownership and the management can get a lot out of it as well. I think us as supporters can get a lot out of it, and it also gives us an opportunity to meet any players who may be there too. So yeah, plenty of things to talk about, plenty of stuff to look forward to potentially in the upcoming weeks, of course. Yes, we've lost Regan Booty, but the promise of new player announcements coming in the next few days is, of course, something very much to look forward to. I think that, that statement there from Oliver Ash is a very positive one. I think that pretty much signifies the start of next season. I think, obviously, we've all understood since George has come in, that's probably the beginning of this rebuild, trying to figure out who it is worth keeping for next season, who it is that can contribute significantly to this side, and giving George that platform to kind of try things out for next season. I think we've understood for a while now we're going to be going down. So like I say, I think the rebuild's been going on for a while, the foundation level of it, and now I think we're starting to build. I think that the foundations have kind of been laid out. we're now figuring out. I think behind the scenes they're probably knowing who's going to stay for next season. They just haven't announced it yet. That would be my assumption. If not, they're within a good week or two of finding that out. So yeah, I think the bricks are going to start being laid very soon. That statement from Oliver Ash is very conducive to that as well. So like I say, please do stay tuned to all the stuff here on the channel. I'm going to be bringing so many videos coming out. I might have to bring the weekly news roundup back as well, just to make sure we're covering everything that does get released over the next few weeks or months. But like I say, you know, if you do enjoy this sort of content, you do enjoy the stuff on the channel, do subscribe. Do you know any other Maidstone United fans who might find this stuff interesting? If so, get them to subscribe as well. I really do appreciate all your support. If you do like the video, then do leave a like down below. And of course, leave your comments, your thoughts on Regan leaving. Is there a replacement you think is suitable for him? And also your thoughts on Oliver Ash's statement. Of course, a very, very big statement. I think a statement of intent early on, you know, in the summer, late spring season that we're in at the moment. And yeah, I think, you know, the promise of players coming in is something to look forward to. So hopefully we see some improvement on that from last year. So thank you all so very much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.